guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be telling you what I read in the month of June. So I read 5.5 books, but it was really more like 5 3/4 of a book because I'm really close to finishing that book. I'm really happy with this because last month I only read 3 books, and since this is the first month of summer, I was able to read a lot more and just do a lot more. And my month was filled with really great books, and I'm very excited to be telling you what I read. You might have some of an idea if you saw my reading vlog that I posted recently, so if you haven't seen that yet, go watch it. I'll put a card so you can go check that out. So let's just go ahead and get into what I read in June. The first book that I read was Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. I absolutely loved this book and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so well done and it made me very happy, though it was one of those books that like rip out your heart and make you cry a little bit. It's just an emotional read, and I read this during finals or exams or whatever, and I just could not stop reading it. I basically finished this in less than a day, I feel. Like, I don't even remember, but I read this extremely fast. It is quite short, but I really loved it and I think it's an important story. If you've watched some of my more recent videos, you might know what this is about. It is about a girl named Mara who has a twin brother named Owen who gets accused by one of Mara's best friends of raping her, which is obviously very serious. And how do you deal with having someone you love so much being the rapist? How do you even come to terms with that? So it explores that, and I thought it was a book that needed to be here. It tackles the hard subjects, but it does it well, and I really enjoyed it. And our main character Mara is bisexual, and we also have a genderqueer character in here, so it's just very good. And I love this cover, and I need to read more books by Ashley Herring Blake because I was highly impressed with this, and it made me feel so many feelings. The next book that I read was Ace of Shades by Amanda Foodie. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars, which you might be shocked because a lot of people are really obsessed with this book right now, and I was just like, okay. I was hearing that the second half of the book was really good and it just gets you going, and I just never really got to that point. It was never bad, it just never was extremely amazing to me. I didn't have that much feelings for any of the characters. I liked them, I didn't hate them, but I didn't really feel for them, and if they died, I don't really care. This book is about a city that is called New Rains, which is basically the city of sin. There's gamblers and like con artists and just all these like bad sort of people that you might not want to be around are in here, and our main character has to journey through this city because she is trying to find her mother who did go missing in this city. But if you go into the city, you never come out uncorrupted. So it's in trying to remain the person who she is as she tries to find her mother, and she teams up with this guy named Levi who is basically a leader of a gang, and he's the only one that could possibly help her. It was just okay. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a second book and it's called King of Fools, and I'm gonna read it. I'm interested. It's just I wasn't extremely impressed and I expected more, but it's not like I hated it, and I'm going to continue and hopefully it's just gonna get better. Now, the rest of the books that I read this month basically go on a theme, and it made me very happy. So the first book is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, or Philosophers for you Canadians and British people. So I actually read this in the illustrated edition. I just didn't feel like picking it up. It's huge, it's heavy, so it's in my shelf. This is only my second time reading it, and I absolutely loved it. It's been so many years since I picked this up for the first time, and I just really love Harry Potter. It's one of those situations where I reread it and I love it even more than the first time. I just forgot how much I loved it. I'm just so love it. I just love it. It's absolutely amazing, and J.K. Rowling is hands down one of the greatest writers of all time, one of the best series of all time. You can't fight me on this. It's just amazing, and I love it so much, and I'm so glad I'm re-experiencing it and realizing my love for it that I may have forgotten. And if you don't know what this is, then I don't know who you are. It's about a boy wizard, but he doesn't know he's a wizard, then boom, he is a wizard, and then boom, there's Lord Voldemort, and like, ooh. So, naturally, the second book I picked up was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I also picked this one up on Illustrated Edition, but I don't feel like picking it up, so. By the way, reading the illustrated editions were so fun. I love reading and seeing all the pictures. It's just so great, and I want to read those to my children. Like, that's just the best thing ever. So, this book is also 5 stars. I don't know if I said it to the other one, but like, these are always gonna be 5 stars. This one's probably my least favorite in the series, but I still love it, and I'm very happy to have reread it. It's just one of those things I just forget a lot of things about, and like all the little minor details just hit me hard, and it makes me feel good. And the third book that I read this month was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Of course, this was also a reread. I had read half of this out of the illustrated edition, but then I had a beach trip and I really didn't want to lug around the illustrated edition or like mess it up. So I took one of my crappy paperbacks. I have so many copies of these books, guys. Like, I don't even know if I'm ever gonna read these beautiful hardcovers because I don't want to mess them up. They're so nice. I just have so many editions that are ready to be read, and then some I'm like, gonna keep you pretty. This is a lot of people's favorite book in the series, and I just don't think I can say that. Like, it's not my favorite book in the series. From what I know, before I have finished my complete reread, is Deathly Hallows is my favorite. We'll see if that stays the same. And my second favorite is Half-Blood Prince. We'll see if these things stay the same. I'm actually thinking of making a whole video ranking these books once I get a fresh view and I'm ready to talk about it. The final book I have to talk about is the one that I'm 3/4 of the way through, and that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, also by J.K. Rowling. I'm really close to being done. It's just, I read most of this on my beach trip. And I got back and I read so much on this beach trip to the point where I was like, I need to watch Netflix. So now I'm rewatching Glee on Netflix for some reason. Pretty sure I've rewatched it before. I don't even remember these things anymore. It's just one of those shows I go back to because I love it so much. I love Glee. It's just a great show. I'm really enjoying reading this one again. This is one of the books that I didn't like as much as the others for some reason, but we'll see how I feel after I finish it. I'm really enjoying it, as one would assume with Harry Potter. I'm gonna enjoy all of them, but I don't know if this, like, I don't know where it ranks yet, so I will be making that video whenever I'm good. So I would say I read a lot, like a good bit. What page am I on? 480, and this book is like 700 something. So I read that in a few days, and I was actively on a beach trip, so I'm good. And I finished Prisoner of Azkaban on that beach trip. Like, I'm good. Like, it was only a week. So I'm really happy with what I read this month. Please make sure you tell me what books you read this month. If you've read any of these books, I would hope you at least have read Harry Potter. If you haven't, I'm not shaming you. I'm just recommending. So like this video, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all of my social medias, which are linked down below. And go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked. And goodbye.